Hey guys, I am here with my glasses on now because I started seeing double. I don't know if it's because I've been looking at the computer screen all day and my eyes are trying to adjust back to that. I don't really know, but I was like, oh, let me put my glasses on. So I'm thinking if your parents like to invest in the stock market, it may be time to invest in vision companies, like I can't remember the name, Stanton Optical, America's Best, Eyeglass Worlds. I'm buying stock today because if anybody's like me, like with kids having to look at the computer all the time, the things that we're having to go through, then I'm almost certain that 25% of Americans will need glasses by the time this is all over. So yeah, all right. Anyway, so let's get going. So our topic is going to be on medical terminology. It's one of my favorite topics to learn and teach about because it's amazing. Like we have our own language as healthcare workers. I think that's the coolest thing ever. And that's what we're going to look at. Okay, you guys. So here we go. All right. So medical terminology. Here we come. Okay. So how much do you know about medical terminology? Okay, I don't know. This thing is going slow. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're not going to copy the statements, but what do you think, they're true or false? So only nurses and physicians need to know medical terminology. What do you think about that statement? There are two parts to a medical term, a word root and a suffix. Let's see. We can use an encyclopedia when we're not sure about how to spell or define a term. When you read a medical term, read the suffix first. Learning and understanding medical terms is simple if I use the correct learning tools. So let us see about medical terminology. Here in Georgia, medical terminology used to be a class by itself, and it was actually pretty awesome. Like they learned a lot, but now our standards are embedded to basically like the medical terminology fits whatever topic you're learning about. So anyways, either way, it's cool. I love it. It is our language. It's our own thing that everybody doesn't know. So anyways, but we're going to start learning it today. All right, so here's our goals. Be able to safely and effectively use medical terminology in order to provide quality patient care. And we're looking at, so our two elements from Standard 7, which is still on communication in healthcare. We're looking at roots, suffixes, and prefixes, and using those parts in order to communicate. And then we're looking at utilizing current and acceptable medical abbreviations and terminology in your electronic medical records and any other way that we communicate with one another or to our patients. Today, we're going to look more at like the basics, and then we'll start learning actual terms and stuff in the weeks to come. It's going to be great. All right, so those are our goals. Use medical terms and abbreviations appropriately when we're communicating in healthcare. That's basically what it is. Okay, so medical terminology is the vocabulary or the language used in the world of healthcare. And there's a lot to learn. Will you ever learn every medical term known to man? Probably not. But we're going to do our best to learn as much as we can for the rest of this semester. It's going to be great, guys. Okay. So here's the thing with medical terminology. It is Greek and Latin based. So it's not based on our Western language, like English language. So some things are going to seem really strange. Like, how is that an abbreviation for not eating food by mouth? How is that an abbreviation for, bedtime? That kind of thing. Because just remember, it's not based on what we learned those terms to be in English language. Okay. All right. So we're going to learn about abbreviations, prefixes, suffixes, word roots or root words, and acronyms as well today. All right, so abbreviations. Abbreviations are basically a shortened form of longer terms that we'll see in healthcare. So instead of me having to write out, let me think, okay, instead of me having to write out like vital signs every 4 hours, how long that could take, I could put Q4, VSQ4, done. You see that? I did 4, maybe 5 letters to say a whole sentence. And in healthcare, y'all, because we're so busy, we have so much going on, and we chart so much abbreviations are vital, like to us saving time and being able to spend it with our patients. That's our goal. Sometimes abbreviations can be a letter. Sometimes they you combine them to create a whole like phrase, like we just did, and then sometimes they're actually symbols that you'll see in the patient's chart. It just depends on how it's being used. So we'll learn abbreviations as well. Okay. Right now, I'm thinking we'll do like for every quiz, maybe on Friday quizzes or Thursday quizzes. I hadn't decided. I'm thinking on Friday we'll go over abbreviations in our Google Meet session. And then on Tuesdays, it'll be a part of, or the next Thursday, it'll be a part of that quiz. And that'll give y'all like a week to learn the 10. We'll do 10, maybe 5 abbreviations and 5 terms every week. That's what I'm thinking right now, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. Okay, so here's some examples. A with a line over the, y'all see that lines over the top. Some do and some don't. But A is without, before, sorry. P is after. Like PM, y'all know, like AM before midday, and then PM after midday, basically is what it means. C with the line over it is with. So if I say, milk with meds, it'll be a C with the line over it. S with the line over it is without. So without, without food or water. Take this med without food. Without. Okay. And then not all abbreviations have lines over the terms. These do actually. We can't always type these on a computer, but we'll do our best to improvise. Okay, so here are some abbreviations just that you may see. ABD is abdomen, BIL is bilateral, CK is check, EA is each, IN is inch, and PRN is whenever necessary or as necessary is what that term means. Like I said, you'll see more of these. All right, so here's a abbreviation. CK, TPR, Q4H. And this is what it means. Check temperature, pulse, and respirations every 4 hours. You see, if I'm charting and I got 20 patients on this floor, like I'm a physician, I'm making rounds, look how much time I'm going to save and not have to write out every single sentence on all 20 of those charts. I can just do abbreviations, and I've done a whole page of orders for a patient in less than 2 minutes versus who knows how long. Shortened versions, basically, we still get the same message, right? We're still communicating. Remember that. We're still on communicating as a healthcare worker. So we're still communicating, but we're saving time and working faster and smarter while we're doing that. So it's a win-win, okay? Here are some symbols you might see. There's a symbol for male, and then the one for female has like a little cross on it. Increase, you'll see an arrow up. So if like a physician wants to increase the patient's insulin, you'll see the arrow. Number, you'll see that. Less than, y'all seeing less than, greater than signs. And then change will be like a triangle, like you see in chemistry or physics class. So change, IV to, 4 milliliters a minute. I don't know. I'm just making up something. Okay. Anyways, but those are symbols you might see. So here's an example of it being used. A 23-year-old male. Got it? Okay. Whole med if BP is less than 90/60. See, I can write that. Sorry, y'all.
Coach Hance, can you come to the front office, please? Coach Hance to the front office, please.
So this whole med if BP is less than 90/60 versus writing it out. Y'all see the difference in the time it saves.